We have developed an interdisciplinary seminar on the creative career of David Bowie in music, in theater, in film, video, visual art, and much more. The official title of the course is David Bowie, Music, Text, Image, and Politics. I think they would be inspired by his terrific creative vitality and eclectic career. He was forever curious and investigating and learning, and he applied that in his music and in his art throughout his life.
The Bowie seminar is the first time the College of Fine Arts has done anything like this, where we have had two faculty from two different units teaching a course together.
So one thing that was unique about this class when we put it together is that the class was more or less about half and half visual study students and music students. And it was also half and half undergraduates and graduate students. And as much as possible, we basically compelled these different groups to work together.
The blend of music and art students has been really fantastic in this class, actually. I've learned a lot from it because I always focus on the visual aspects. Naturally, that's what I notice the most, and I can pick out a lot of symbols, a lot of different things that are going on. And then working with another student in my group project who is all music, and he hears all of these audible patterns, these patterns in the sounds that correspond directly with all the visual imagery that I may never have noticed before. So it gives me a whole new perspective on the work itself.
A bunch of music students will all generally see the same types of things. Of course, we're all more aurally focused than we are visually. And then to hear the art students focus on aspects of fashion as they come up, and David Bowie, not just to hear the music, but to see the videos and to see the costumes. It's quite a different perspective, and then to see the interaction between the two in his art, it's really something else.
David Bowie was not necessarily the author of all aspects of his work. He collaborated extensively with visual artists, with fashion designers, with directors, etc. And this is something I think that the students will definitely take away, is that if you are ambitious, if you want to make something big, you have to think in terms of teams of creators rather than a sort of sole artist doing his or her thing.
And one of the other most interesting things I've learned in this course is how everything he does is about creating an entire image, an entire performance. So it's not just about the music, but it's about the visuals, the moves, the outfits. Everything is very carefully planned out to give an entire feel of a performance.
I never thought of David Bowie as someone who used a lot of symbolism or brought in a lot of other references into his work, but now through this class I'm able to see all of that symbolism, how detailed he is in everything that he brings in. Whole worlds that I was never experienced to. It's really quite incredible to see his own diversity and to see that he was very much a self-made man, and no one taught him these things. He was just a very widely read person. And to see that to be successful, really successful in an art form isn't just to know that art form, but to know how it fits in with everything else around it.
I think that this was a real eye-opener for them. It was for me as well, because I have never taken a music theory class. I have actually never taken music class, period. I have been blown away. It's been really a fascinating trip, let's say. And likewise for, I think, our students in art history and visual studies, and also in studio art.
David Bowie has actually inspired my own work in a lot of different ways, primarily in that all of the work he creates is very thought out, and he thinks about every single aspect that adds up to the entire way that a work is perceived, not only audible, but visual, and every sense that he can possibly appeal to, he does. I think that's very interesting. Even when stepping into a gallery, you want your piece to appeal to someone on as many levels as possible.
I hope it inspires their creativity, just flat out. Because Bowie was an artist who I think did not recognize limits.